Welcome back. It's Eric Snaell from Vanilla Equity, and today we have Nike on the radar. Now I have to admit, I'm a bit of a fitness dork, and admittedly Nike has always been in my interest. So already 10 years ago I did a blog post about how Nike is so attractive as a sponsor for athletes. And I suggested that athletes, if they really like Nike, they shouldn't just aim to get the sponsorship. They should buy the Nike shares and then treat the sponsorship more like the dividend. So when they receive a dividend, a quarterly dividend, they go and buy sneakers, and that way they're sort of sponsored by Nike. And I still today have a little bit the same perception of Nike as I had 10 years ago. I think it's a market leader, and when I look at the stats, it seems that they still are. It's incredible. Their market cap is about 166 billion, and their competitors, you have Under Armour, Lululemon, Adidas, VF Corporation, they're way behind, maybe a third of it. I think Adidas is probably the second there, maybe they're about half of the market cap. And I think the strategy that Nike has that makes them unique and makes them so much better than everyone else is actually that they focus a lot on the image. And the image they have is created with complicated products that are expensive, high-end products. But that's not how they make their money. They make their money on the cheap models. And if you go to a Nike store anywhere or at any sports shop that sell Nike products, you're gonna find that most of the products are the basic ones. It's in gray, it's in black, and it's in white. It's no complicated fabrics. It's very basic. But the image they built up is with those high-end products that are a little bit more complicated to produce. They have a lot of design specialties. Maybe they try to come up with a product that's a little bit weird. I think they're quite innovative, and they have a lot of products that come for half a year and shocks the market just to show that they're really the market leader. And what I like about Nike right now is that they haven't really been on the news. So the last thing I remember seeing Nike in the news is because of the supply chain issues. But this has been going on for a long time in China, and Nike uses a lot of different countries to produce their products. And now it's been quite quiet. So I think it's a good time actually to keep Nike on the radar. And as soon as there will be any type of positive news, it's just going to jump. That's my personal opinion. Now, then when we speak about China, we have there a competitor that's really tried to take the Nike font, change the letters, change the logo, and they call themselves, I think, Anta Sports, something like that. And they're actually booming now in China, and they're taking on some market share. I looked at their webpage. I haven't used their products. I can't tell if they're good or not. Looks very similar to all the other sports brands. They all look quite similar, right? But I can't see that they would build up their image, since it looks really like a copy, that they will become a market leader. I think the number one challenger has always been Adidas, but I mean, if you just look at their slogan, I think it's impossible is nothing. That's a little bit strange slogan, I think. The Nike just do it is much better, and I think that already says a lot. But this is one stock we're going to keep on the radar. We have I don't know for how many years this can go on, but I never bet on change. So the same way that I don't think a stock that's going down will suddenly change direction at 6:30 p.m. That's probably not going to happen. And the same with market leaders like Nike. They're going to keep on going. And when we look at the numbers that this company produces, it doesn't really go hand in hand with the stock price. And this is why I think, of course, supply chain issues, if they haven't figured them out in 3 years, when will they? I haven't seen any delays now. There were some delays in the deliveries maybe a year ago that I would have heard of. But otherwise, maybe it's more the macroeconomic and the cyclicality of the industry, that sometimes sportswear is popular among investors. I think in retail, people still buy sneakers regardless if the price goes up. The inflation won't have that big of a impact. People talk about the currency impact. I think companies like Nike, they know how to hedge currencies. It shouldn't impact them, and I mean, they sell all over the world. So this is definitely a stock that I'm just waiting for a movement in order to go in or out, just to take advantage of a move. It's really like a easy pick, and why not have it in your portfolio? If you see a dip, why not buy it? I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just having some fun with this and try to keep up my own radar. I can't monitor thousands of stocks, so I'll get to pick which stocks I follow, and Nike is definitely one of them. So I'm Eric Snaell, and you can go to vanillaequity.com if you believe that you can manage a portfolio, and there you have a chance to get access to $50,000 that you can manage, and then you get quarterly performance payouts. So if you're interested, go to vanillaequity.com. And by the way, if you're interested in fitness or health, you can go to explosivemode.com. They now have a Black Friday sale, and there's a book called The Fit Businessman Book. I highly recommend it. It's all about sports, nutrition, especially for workaholics like you and me. So go check it out, Fit Businessman Book, and it's available at explosivemode.com.